Hello, everybody, and welcome to Forever Sports. The Storm is out of the Champions Cup after going down against Racing. A valiant effort, but in the end, just not enough. And a late try from Racing, sealing the deal. 31 points to 22. The Storm has rallied to the stage, and I'll tell you what, somebody who's not gotten a lot of praise recently, and maybe admittedly because he hasn't been in the best of forms, but Herschel Yankees changed that game and gave Stormers a glimmer of hope. Unfortunately, just far too much to do in the end. And you look at maybe that one really soft try when Racing took the line out quickly, and that was probably in the end really the difference. A very winnable game for the Stormers, and they'll be kicking themselves. Maybe question marks about team selection. Should John Dobson have selected a weaker side? And maybe should have gone with a Warwick Land, a Marty Liebach, for example, and seen if that would have made a difference. Maybe not to say Yuri Mattia, for example, played badly. I thought he played very well, but maybe that could have been the difference in this game. But unfortunately, not to be. They should, they wait to see if they find themselves in the Challenge Cup round of 16 with the likes of the Bulls, and we now know the Lions as well. So it could have actually three teams in the Challenge Cup. We know the Cheetahs are officially out, but that'll depend on the Sale Sharks result tomorrow morning. Stormers actually got the first points on the board through Yuri Mattia's boot in the 7th minute before Racing went bang, bang. Habossi with a very nice try. Good change of angle from Owen Farrell. Nice little pop of a shoulder. Tristan Taylor running onto it. Bullet pass out wide. Habossi going over Legaric, who was absolutely sublime. I mean, you think of how good Anton DuPont is and how lucky they are to have Anton DuPont. And then you watch Legaric tonight and you're thinking, and that's without talking about Baptiste Serin and Lucio and the likes of that. But Leonard Legaric is a childishly good rugby player. But Max Spring, trip over the top, running onto it, and all of a sudden 12 points to 3. Andrew Hugo Fenter coming on for an injury against for Joseph Weber. Frustrating for Weber, but instant impact because he was the back of Rolling Moore. And all of a sudden 12-10 with Mattia making the conversion. But unfortunately, again, that quickly taken line out catching the cameraman as well as the Stormers by surprise. Sabosi going over in the 36th minute and the Garrick adding the extras. 19 points to 10. Stormers had a big opportunity though with Ibrahim Diallo getting a yellow card in the 39th minute. Stormers had a 5-meter line out. Now Stormers go and score there. All of a sudden you could potentially go into halftime 19 points to 15, 19 points to 17, and you're a man up. So I felt that was a big moment in the game. And I think that's the big thing is during the game, Stormers just didn't manage to win the big moments, the big opportunities. A couple of back-to-back penalties into the 22, partly on the pressure. They didn't really convert those opportunities. A lot of their trials are actually kind of against the grain, which is very characteristic, to be fair. Stormers are a very good attacking side. So unfortunately for them, they didn't quite get that second half started off well in terms of getting points on with the one-man advantage. Max Spring went over for a second try in the 55th minute, and you kind of felt maybe that was it. But Hershey Yankees, as mentioned, he was brilliant. He came on and added a bit of speed to the service and then put in a brilliant pass. Fantastic line being run by Yuri Mattia. And then Mattia drawing in the defender, pop it back inside to Hershey Yankees. And 5 minutes later, Hershey Yankees once again, spawning a bit of space down the left-hand side. Bang, bit of a break. Ball to Marcel Tennyson, who then went over. Game on at 24 points to 22. Yuri Mattia missing the conversion. A draw would have been enough, by the way, for the Stormers. And unfortunately, then they were camped inside their own half. Mattia actually had a chance to have a 3-pointer. He also missed that. So he did leave 5 points out in the end. I don't think that was really the difference. But a late try then by Racing in the 76th minute kind of sealed their fate. And credit because Racing had to dig deep to get that result, and they got the result. And nice to see Tristan Taylor playing really nicely. Nice to see Hashiva Diamani having a strong game against his former side. But if you look at some of the stats, quite interesting. Possession 50-50 basically, 51-49. Territory, Stormers had less. But set plays, I thought the Stormers' scrum was pretty good. Won a couple of penalties, although Racing didn't lose a penalty. The lineup, though, for Stormers was absolutely abysmal. And ironically, it wasn't actually Joseph Weber's main fault. It was actually Andrew Hugo Fenter who really struggled. 63%, you can't win games 63% lineout success. When you don't have that set piece security, and they lost far too many key lineouts on the 5-meter, for example, when it really mattered. So a massive part they need to try and improve on is their lineouts. It was a very attacking game, altogether over 700-800 meters of post-contact meters being carried, well over 250 ball carries, around 250 ball carries between the two teams. I thought Stormers were really good at initially the discipline was quite good, and eventually seeing 7 penalties, Racing 8, so it wasn't massively ill disciplined throughout the game. Very interesting kicking battle as well. Evan Lewis made 18 carries, maybe not as effective as you'd like to be, but put in a ship, but more in the tight really than the open sort of spaces. Nolan Nagaric making 13, Vinayar Habosi making 12, Max Spring with 3 line breaks, tackles completed, Shiva Diamani with 16. He was everywhere today, was Diamani. And Netley Bashir put in a good shift there as well. If you look, for example, at meters carried, Marcus Tennyson 102, Evan Hurst 95, Wanasila Similani 67. I felt Stormers lost a little bit when Similani had to go to the wing. I think it was a bit of a... they kind of just lost a little bit in the midfield there. But overall, I don't mean it wasn't a bad performance from the Stormers overall, but there were bad moments during the game where they didn't capitalize. And if they had, and they had been a bit better, a bit more accurate, there was a result there that could have got them into the Champions Cup. Hopefully they drop down to the Challenge Cup, and I think they can go quite far, to be honest. I think that, the 3 South African sides in the round of 16, if all 3 of them can win their quarterfinals, then you've got 3 and 8. And that would be really, really good for South African rugby. But Sharks remain the final hope to try and get into the Champions Cup round of 16. They basically have to lose quite heavily in for them to knock out. So all eyes on them tomorrow. Please do smash like on the video. Let me know what you thought about the game down in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel as well. Thank you very much for watching. My name is Steve. I'll chat to you soon.